if somebody might be using you for a green card.
That's all you've been taught, that's all you know, and it's like, oh, there's other people outside of the US. Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone's doing great. Today we're going to be checking out fellow Americans when they realize the entire world does not revolve around them on TikTok.
This is going to be good.
So it's going to be yeah, interesting to see.
And it's probably, we could probably guarantee say we've never seen these because we don't have TikTok. So we don't get that same kind of feed that a lot of people do.
The only way I see TikTok is through people reacting to it on YouTube.
Which is what we're doing.
I personally despise TikTok. I know it's the app for the young, so I guess that's why I don't have it.
And that's why we're so old, apparently.
Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this type of content. And also comment down below if you knew or agree with these or your personal experience with Americans abroad and if you ran into a few not so bright people.
I've been living in Spain for the past 4 years. I recently went home for the first time in 2 years to Nebraska. And I was kind of like letting my family know how my job is going and whatever. They were like, is there a bunch of other English teachers in your city? I was like, yeah, there's quite a few. And my uncle actually said, that many people want to move to America in your city? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, that's why people study English, no? They want to move to the United States. I was too stunned to speak.
Wow. So many problems with that statement.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Nebraska, that's actually pretty close to us.
That's like our neighboring state.
Yeah, neighbors over there. But yeah, learn English to come to America? No.
I could recognize that with other countries, like Chinese or sometimes German. Well, sometimes you learn German because you usually want to be involved with the culture. But English is so broad all over the world
now. It's the universal language still.
It's kind of.
No, it is. You learn English so you can practically go anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, screw it. Here's my embarrassing moment, my true facepalm. I know you're gonna judge me, but whatever. When I first moved here, I was looking at a website in French, obviously, and I was looking for how to convert it into English. So I went to where the little flags are, in the corner of the screen, and I could not find an American flag anywhere. So I was like, what the heck, this doesn't make sense. There has to be a way to translate it into English. And then I found the British flag because Americans did not invent English. And I always judge myself for that one. That one was pretty bad.
I was gonna say, yeah, you learn English to go to England as well.
Well, no, I was gonna say that one's actually not that bad because I don't know if people know this, but when we upload a YouTube video, it gives us the option for language preference of what language the video is done in. It gives you the option between United States English and
British
UK English. Yeah.
Ah.
There is that difference there.
Well, yeah.
So that's really not that bad of one. I don't really know why Americans would think that we invented English. It's in the name.
No, this is a real thing. I'm educated now, but I remember being a kid about 10, 11-ish, and it was actually surprising to me that European history continued. Okay, well, Europeans came to America, and then European history stopped, right? Because nothing else mattered after that because there was America. What do you mean that they continued living lives and having history over there between the time when America was started and when we rescued them in World War II?
We rescued them?
I'd like to say that was just American education when I was a kid, but I think it's American education in a lot of places now.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know what American education is like. Honestly, I was homeschooled, and the friends I had growing up that went to school, we didn't talk about what their schooling was. I'm not the best person when it comes to that.
But I can see it as American society, we kind of focus on our own history. After European history, it becomes American history. That's
I want to say though, with the homeschool curriculum I had, it was the history books were American history, and it just got more advanced. And then it wasn't until I think 9th or 10th grade that they started going into world history.
Right.
So I could definitely see it being 10 or 11. You're just that's all you've been taught. That's all you know. And it's oh, there's other people outside of the U.S.
Yes, there's a whole world.
Billions and billions of people outside. The U.S. is a tiny little, almost nothing. I mean, well, land-wise it's not. But anyway, I'm just saying, it's yeah, I can kind of get that, and it is really sad. I'd be interested to know, though, comment down below, guys, what age in your guys' school would you guys be taught about other countries? I feel like it's probably pretty intertwined.
This. When I first moved to Spain and I started dating my partner, I was chatting with an acquaintance from back home, and I said, yeah, I'm dating for somebody from where I'm living. Their response was, I love you so much, I'm really excited for you, but please be careful because you never know if somebody might be using you for a green card. I was shocked. And the irony of the situation is that we ended up getting a civil partnership so that I would be able to stay here.
So she used him for the green card?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I was single, I would definitely probably be looking, because this, I don't know.
What are you going with here?
I'm saying I would probably try to date or marry someone who's a foreigner to benefit. Well, it's just a benefit. It's the easiest way to get like a dual citizenship is through marriage. So it's like, why not? Now,
marriage is more than that, though. I would think
I'm just saying,
you do that.
It's like a Greek, yeah, like I think it used to be a stereotype. I don't even know if it was true back like maybe the 90s or something. But nowadays I feel like, yeah, absolutely not. Like, it's like, yeah, it's not that hard to come here.
No.
Work visas, whatever.
Honestly.
I wouldn't worry at all someone like coming here just for a green card. It's like...
So being that I am a U.S. immigrant living in Costa Rica, I hear stories all the time from Costa Ricans who like work for call centers, and they tell me the most horrendous stories, which it doesn't surprise me that we people from the U.S. have the audacity. But I am now starting to collect my own stories because I am now on the phone with people from the U.S. all day as a travel consultant for a Costa Rican-based travel agency. And one of my very first clients that I ever got on the phone said to me, who happened to be from the great state of Texas, now listen, darling, I don't like foreigners much. So when I get there, I want to make sure that I'm not around foreigners.
Why?
What? I said, sir, I think you might be confusing Costa Rica with Florida. Florida is lovely this time of year.
It's like,
that's a good comeback.
Yeah, I know it is. But
although I feel like you'd still see a lot of foreigners in Florida.
Yeah, but it's such a that's such a naive, arrogant thing to say. Like, I'm going to this foreign country, this other country, and I want all the people from that country not to be around while I'm there just because I don't want to be around foreigners. That's such a stupid... Like, my whole thing is I want to go to the countries
to see
other people, to like experience try to experience their culture, like just ask them questions.
Yeah.
It's like, I would love to do that. And then like, I don't know.
It seems like, I'm wondering if he meant something else. That seems way too...
That's such a closed-minded thing.
Yeah.
To be like, I don't even want to talk, I don't want to interact, I don't want to see him, nothing.
I've lived in Europe since 2018. I say Europe because I lived in France, Spain, and Belgium. Last year, I went home for the holidays to the US, and I kid you not, I was asked, do they celebrate Thanksgiving in Europe?
That's a naive thing, but I don't feel like that's the worst thing to ask. Like, it's an American holiday, but it's...
A lot of Americans forget what it actually stands for.
Yeah.
Like most holidays, you forget what they actually started out as.
For us, it's more of just like a day to hang out with family, pretty much. Like, that's what it is, so...
When I was a kid, I remember watching the Olympics and thinking it must be so hard for them to not cheat for the Americans and like the judges and not give the athletes that are on the American team more points because we're so awesome and everybody loves us and we're like the best country. And so like, how are you not going to give more points to us?
I don't think I ever had that problem.
Well, it's like, we're people. Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, everyone's just...
And I think when I first started watching the Olympics, I was a little bit older, maybe young teens or something, and I kind of knew it was like everyone's from different countries. They have judges from different countries. They're not all American judges.
It's not an American thing at all.
I know, it's not. We're just one of the contestants because that's who I ended up watching most of.
I think we, if I remember, because I don't really pay that much attention to it, I think we do relatively well, but I don't think we're like in the top on every single thing.
I don't know. I normally only ever watch the gymnastics, so... And I feel like we do pretty well in gymnastics. We always bring home a gold or two.
Literally, when I arrived here in Colombia, I met some American people, and when I asked them, so where are you from? They were like, Indiana. And I was like, I don't care what country. I was like, I know. Where is Indiana? Just tell me America or United States. What would you want to precise your state? Like, so selfish.
Okay, well, I feel like we kind of stand out as an Americans. If you hear us talk, you know we're
I know,
American.
but that girl, she was irritated because they said the state, not the country.
Yeah, it's like
That's
America,
kind of
but obviously.
I would say United States, and then if someone asked me more, then I would say, like, I wouldn't lead off by, like, oh, I live in Kansas.
Or say both, because we did get asked that once when we were in Scotland. They asked where we were from. We said America, obviously, but we're actually from Kansas.
Yeah. Well, because I'm not expecting a lot of other people to, like, know where our states are in all our states. Like, that's whatever.
Yeah.
But for her to get irritated, it's just like, she knew
We like to say what state we're from.
She knew it was in the United States, so, like, why get irritated just because they said Indiana as opposed to,
yeah,
you know,
because the states do
States.
differ quite a bit.
It's no surprise that we feel this way. We call our baseball championships the World Series. There's like one Canadian team. Win the Super Bowl or the NBA championships, world champions. We pretend we're the only ones playing these sports.
That's true.
Wait, you mean to tell me that it doesn't? There's other countries? I thought you guys were just our states.
Oh, that was funny.
That was a good add-in.
Newsflash, Americans. The world does not revolve around you. Sorry, from Canada.
Sorry.
Well, also Canada would be considered Americans too. I mean, American.
North America.
The term America is so vast because you have North and South, and they're all Americans.
That's why I noticed in a lot of countries they refer to us more as the states, like United States of America. They say the states.
Well, it seems like a lot more people are starting to transition to saying like United States.
Yeah.
As opposed to like.
Because I used to think when they said America, it meant the 50 states.
I
forgot. There's America and there's Canada, but like no,
and there's
technically
Mexico and South America.
Yeah, but technically America can count all of North America.
I do think for the longest time, especially if you look at us and hear how we speak, it's pretty obvious if we say American. Most people are going to assume
the states.
United States, maybe Canada if we had an accent.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know really what to say. I just some Americans are really dumb, but
honestly, I kind of like watching these because then it makes me feel smarter. Even though I know I was not naive once. I know I was. I just don't remember always.
I wonder if people in the comments. So, this one. I was once asked in the U.S., "Where do you come from?" because your English is very good. I replied, "England. I'm English." They replied, "So what language do they speak there?" I could not reply. It's just there's nothing to say to that. It's just you gotta walk away.
Yeah.
And this one was I have an American friend who is well traveled, if somewhat naive Californian, and when people would complain about Americans doing or saying stupid stuff, he would say, "We're not the smartest folk around." With a pain expression on his face, he used to tell people he was Canadian. Just to avoid this. That's sad.
Aww.
Anyway, guys, that's the video. Let us know what you thought. I'm sure not too many people watching this are surprised. I hope we don't fall in that
We're
category.
not that surprised just watching it.
I've seen several clips and stuff of how are you...
How did you grow up to be as old as you are without knowing this?
Some of it's just super basic that anyone should know. Anyway, guys, that is it, though. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. As always, cheers.